Hello, my fellow magazine publishers. Sorry, I'm just finishing a meal here. I want to talk to you today. I know that I go on and harp on about print versus digital, etc., etc. But there is something that I want to talk to you about today. I want to talk to you about print versus digital, but there's something else that I've been meaning to tell you. So we know from our previous videos, etc., that the huge advantage of print over digital is the fact that print's like a printed magazine, literally, versus a digital magazine is like riding a bicycle versus riding a car, driving a car. In that, for a print magazine, you don't need a device, you don't need an app, you don't need an airtime contract or data. You don't need to be charged, in other words, the battery charged. You don't need, in other words, power, etc., 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 to read a print magazine. You literally just pick it up and read it. It's like getting on a bicycle and just driving it, as opposed to having to have a license, having to know how to drive a car, having to have the car itself, having to blah, 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 blah. It's just an endless thing. So that is the real big advantage of print magazine versus digital magazine. But there are two other things that I want to talk to you about, and the biggest advantage by far I want to end off with. The first thing, just by the way, that I want to talk about is the anomaly of the fact that a magazine can't be hacked, that you can't be followed wherever you go, etc. So that anomaly applies to our, for example, Diplomat SA magazine, and our best places to stay and best places to buy, best places to stay into the wild magazines. All of these magazines go to the diplomatic community. And the diplomatic community insists that whatever reference guide goes into the embassies, it must be a printed guide. It can't be an online thing. And the reason is because they get hacked. So that's an anomaly that makes it interesting for magazine buyers, publishers, etc. In addition to that, I have the final say, which is engagement. There's nothing like the engagement of a magazine. Nothing. It is just phenomenal. The engagement of a magazine is like from another world. So an example of this is Bridal Bliss. So Bridal Bliss magazine is a magazine that sort of showcases and lists all the leading venues in wedding venues in Southern Africa, and it's available through all the big jewelry retailers and manufacturing jewelers, etc. People that the bride or the groom go to first to get their engagement ring, first of all. So the story is this: the groom goes to a manufacturing jeweler, gets or organizes the engagement ring, and he picks up a copy of Bridal Bliss, which he takes home as a gift to his bride to be, and she can then go through it. And the engagement is just incredible. You can't even begin to imagine how brilliant this engagement is. It is absolutely phenomenal, and it works a bomb. It works a bomb, and that can't be beaten with online. With online, there's so much noise around what you're doing that the engagement of a printed page, it's untouchable. Anyway, just thought I'd put in my 2 cents worth. Ciao.